Coming up right now, you will never believe what the TSA found hidden inside a passenger's pants.
Also coming up, are you on the hunt for a new job? One applicant has revealed a foolproof resume hack she used to land several jobs.
And later, is the pizza diet really a thing? One man swears by it.
I love this idea.
Great.
Daily Flash starts right now.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea Jackson.
And I'm Matt Doolittle in for Mitch English, who is finally on his voyage of self-awareness all the way in Cambodia. I really hope he comes back, finds himself, and really learns a new craft or two.
Oh, I think so. Underwater basket weaving.
Absolutely.
Tattoo artist.
Oh, he's doing his own.
Oh, okay.
He's going to come back with a full sleeve, I'm pretty sure.
I heard this story the other day about this married couple. They'd been together for a number of years. She apparently was into psychics. You know, she went and got, palms read, the tarot cards, the whole shebang. Psychic told her your husband's cheating on you. Well, she believed it.
Yeah.
So she went to the husband and said, I know you're cheating on me. What's going on? He's like, I'm not cheating on you. I don't know what you're talking about. I know you're cheating on me. I know you're cheating on me. So come to find out, lo and behold, surprise, surprise, the psychic was just basically reeling her in for more money. She had no clue. The husband was never cheating on her. So she went back to the husband and said, I'm sorry. I made a mistake. The psychic told me you were cheating. I bought it. And he's like, nope, see ya. I'm out. We're done.
Well, that's like when your wife wakes up and she's mad at you for cheating on her in your dreams.
Yeah.
She's like, I was in my dreams. I'm like, babe, I've been here the whole time. Like, what are you talking about? Like the other night, my wife's on a business trip and she called me up. She figured the Magic were playing and they lost, but they were a playoff game or whatever. She's like, what are you doing? And I just show her. It's me on the couch with my cat watching the game, and I'm like, this. You're never gonna have to worry about me getting in trouble, babe.
Yes,
Trust me.
yeah.
I've been to Vegas with Mitch and like FaceTime her, and she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know where Mitch went. We lost him. Like, that's the type of trouble I get in, but she's never yelled at me for that. I would probably be like, look, if you're gonna go listen to this, I put some faith in those fortune tellers and everything for fun.
For fun, yeah.
Or to give you like some uplifting things,
Yeah.
but not take it seriously and go, I know you're cheating. This storyteller told me.
Right, because if you plant the seed of doubt, then basically the whole relationship implodes.
Yeah.
There's no question.
It's like that one time that trust barrier is done, you're like, you can't get it back.
Yeah.
Like it's just not going to work.
Because you know that's going to be a point of contention for that relationship going forward.
Or
Remember that time you thought it was cheating?
Or he's just going to go, you know what? I might as well do it then. And then make it right. Like, I'll just go ahead and do it then. I'm going to go get with Sally at work and it'll be over with. And then there, you can go tell her she was right.
I'm living up to what you're foretelling.
yeah.
TSA officers at the Miami International Airport were shocked to find a bag of snakes
Good night, everybody.
hidden in a man's pants.
Jimmy.
There you go. They discovered the reptiles hidden in what appeared to be a bag of sunglasses inside the pants of a flyer at an airport checkpoint. Photo featuring the two snakes in the bag they were hidden inside was included in the post. The officers called on U.S. Customs as well as the Miami-Dade Police Department to help out. The snakes were turned over to the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. I don't even know what kind of snakes.
They're probably pythons or boas or something that make a lot of money. They just had that big problem where the FWC went into a snake farm in Florida and killed a bunch of them and accidentally killed one that wasn't illegal. It was worth like $100,000 or something crazy like that. But we have this huge problem in Florida where these guys bring in these exotic animals. They get too big. They let them go. Like we have a giant python problem in the Everglades. They'll actually pay you $100 if you kill one.
Yeah.
Like I hit one with my car and I called the FWC and they came out and they're like, thanks. And they gave me a check for $100. Because I hit it when I was driving down to the Keys. But these things they're all over the place and they've got to catch them. But this just, when you get that call, dispatch, yeah, you got a guy up here, he's got snakes in his pants. Okay, Tom, are you drinking at the job? No, seriously, he's got two snakes in his, two snakes, Tom, really?
Seems
really?
unreal, but yes, just two.
This thing just writes itself. A woman who applied to 65 jobs and failed to get one interview bypassed tech systems with a little known resume hack to land 3 positions. Here's how she did it.
I guess a lot of employers are using AI to scan resumes before they even read them because of the influx of people applying. AI will scan the resume to see if it is a good fit for the job. The problem there is that AI will say you're not a good fit if it can't read the resume. If the formatting isn't AI friendly, which I'm sorry, I'm a human. I'm sorry I don't know how to make a resume AI friendly. But with this hack, it's foolproof to be AI friendly. Step one, go to the job description, whether it's on Indeed, LinkedIn, whatever. You are going to highlight the entire job description and you are going to copy it, then paste it onto your resume. Then you're going to make that text super tiny and in white ink so it's not visible to the human eye, but to AI, I guess, it still sees it there and it reads every keyword that is there. So your resume looks like it's a great fit.
She said she's been getting more interviews after using the hack. Others suggest getting rid of all the fancy resume formats and keep it simple with basic text and bullet points. These are tough to get through now, and especially with bigger companies, you put it into this system and it's supposed to be read by the computer, and you're never getting in front of a real person. And they're saying, oh, the job market is empty and stuff. Well, it's impossible to get your resume to somebody anymore.
Do you know anybody who's gotten a job off of like the job hunting
No,
websites? Me neither.
I know
Single person.
before COVID, you may be able to get through on LinkedIn or Indeed or any of these other sites, but
ZipRecruiter.
everybody
Yeah.
just started applying for everything,
Yeah.
even if they're not even close to qualified. So a lot of people are like, because I know my wife was just hiring for something, and she got a bus driver that was applying for a job that was for a lawyer, and because she was telling me about it, she's like, yeah, the guy said he worked in the auto industry. She works for a big auto company, and they were like, he's like, because he thought he worked in the auto, and
Wow.
she's like, it was clearly for a lawyer. He wasn't nowhere. So they're getting all these unqualified ones. So if someone is qualified, they're just getting passed.
Yeah.
I know at Disney, I had a friend that worked in recruiting there, and she was like, we post one thing, we will probably get about 10,000 resumes right off the bat, just because so many people want to
Really?
work there. And so they have to put it into a system where it's just looking for
Yeah.
X amount of keywords. Then it
Right.
goes to another system, X amount of keywords in that one to even get it down to the resumes for
Yeah.
them to look at.
So the keywords seem to be the important part there
Yeah.
with the resume. A Connecticut man who claims to love pizza more than anything else in the world has been eating a slice a day for the last 6 years. Kenny Wilds swears he's not skipped a day without a piece of the za. He says he usually eats an entire pie. During the holidays when the local pizzerias are closed, he'll drive to the casinos near his home in eastern Connecticut to keep up his pizza streak. He even ordered pizza on his wedding day. Wilds set up an Instagram account to document his ongoing experiment. He landed a gig with a pizza box company and works full time as their salesman. He's tried all kinds of crazy toppings, including peanut butter and bacon, beefaroni, even caviar. But he says he draws the line at fruit. He does not believe pineapple belongs anywhere near a pizza.
And I agree with you.
Yeah. That guy does not look like a pineapple pizza guy.
I think if you do it right, it's not going to be that unhealthy. Like, right?
No, agreed. They say pizza can be one of the healthier options because it's bread, it's sauce,
Mhm.
and a little bit of cheese and some veggies.
Protein, meat on there.
Yeah.
And I mean, look at Jimmy. He's skinny as anything. He said he eats one every day. Look at this
One
guy.
every day.
He's
Yep.
skinnier than me.
There we go.
It's
Yep.
I think that people. I know a lot of people do this with Chipotle, where they're like, you can literally, as long as you don't dump like all the sour cream on it,
The
tons of
good
cheese.
stuff.
Yeah, as long as you get rid of the good stuff on it and just keep it like a flat, like cheese pizza, you're probably good.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's a diet I can be for. One Florida bargain shopper arrived at an estate sale only to find herself in line with hundreds of fans of the late Kirstie Alley. Sophie Skiff arrived at 9 a.m. to find people waiting in a 40-minute line outside of a warehouse. That's when she knew something was up. Many of the items were priced to sell, considering Alley's celebrity, with some prices starting at just $1. However, Sophie said there were several pricey items, including an $18,000 dress Alley wore for her Jenny Craig commercials. Kirstie Alley died in December of 2022. She was 71.
Wow.
It's a pretty crazy estate sale, and you know she had a lot of those because she was pretty fashionable, right? She was all
Yeah.
over the place with that stuff. So probably some good stuff there.
It's so weird. Have you been to an estate sale?
It's odd.
It is.
It's odd, yeah.
I just always
you-
feel so
Walking around
Ugh.
people's, dead people's stuff. We had one for my grandmother when she passed. I was a little kid, so I don't really remember. I just remember going, why does everybody take grandma's stuff? It was a weird feeling though, and I take it back to when my wife and I went to Graceland this last year, and it was like you're like all excited. We're going to Elvis's house, and then they play like the movie before you go in, and then you're like, this was this guy's living room, and he dead. he only got to live here a few years. He can't even go upstairs. And then it's like, oh, he's buried out back. This is really weird. I'm not cool with this. You just kind of leave going, oh, that was things. I guess walking through an estate sale is kind of like going to Graceland.
It's so strange because it's like this, a person's life is just kind of spread out in front of you on tables with
Yeah,
price tags, and you're thinking, is life really worth, a $25 coffee table book?
I know that when my dad passed and we were going through all of his stuff, I was like, you just accumulate a lot of crap over your life. So I've started like minimalizing myself. Like it really made me kind of think inwards. I'm like, nobody wants your junk when you're dead.
Stay with us. Daily Flash continues right after this. Don't you go anywhere. Welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Andrea Jackson. For KSA Cares, we dedicate time to groups that are making a positive impact on their community. And today we're highlighting a group addressing the teen mental health crisis in a very unique way. But there is one issue that teens are facing that is outside of parents' control, and that is trauma from school shootings. As a parent, how do you help your child face these issues? Joining us to talk about it is Melissa Lynn Lowenstein, Director of Training for Attitudes, Harmony, and Achievement, also known as AHA. Melissa, welcome to Daily Flash.
Thank you so much. Good morning.
Let's talk about AHA. What is it and why was it created?
Well, AHA is a nonprofit organization that was founded in 1999, right after the Columbine shootings. And two therapists, Jennifer Freed and Randy Friedman, created AHA partially in response to those shootings to create spaces for teens to gather with skilled, compassionate, inspiring adult mentors and peers to learn and create and connect and support and be supported and know themselves better without fear of judgment.
Melissa, in AHA, you guys talk a lot about emotional tuning. Why do you feel we need to increase emotional tuning in schools?
Well, being able to identify, name, and manage emotions is absolutely essential for everyone's mental health, but especially for teens. And these are the ingredients of emotional intelligence. You've probably heard that term before. And intense emotions are a hallmark of adolescence, which is not a bad thing. It gives teens the courage and the drive to take the risks necessary to grow themselves up. But in the teen brain, the centers that make decisions and think things through, and the centers that respond to threats, are not really talking to each other that well yet. And the adolescent years are where this connection develops, and the way that teens learn how to navigate emotions during this time really sets them up for the rest of their lives.
And Melissa, what do your mental health courses consist of?
We gather in groups with a facilitator for every 7 or 8 teens, and we really have an experience together. That's the heart of what we do. We don't sit them down and teach them stuff. We play games, we check in. We do have little learning segments where they learn, really workable tools for managing their emotions and a lot of other social emotional skills. And then they sit in circle and they talk about it and they make it relevant to their own lives. And they give and receive support from each other and from these really skilled, highly trained facilitators.
I think communication is so key. How many kids have you helped so far with this program?
Well, we have served an amazing about 75,000 people in the course of 25 years.
Goodness.
And most of them have been teens. We also serve educators and parents, but primarily, 54,000 or so students over the course of the time that AHA has been a thing.
And what's next for the group?
Well, we have 2 signature events coming up. We have our Sing It Out event, which is a unique 15-week journey for a group of teens that they go from never having stood on stage with a microphone to rocking out a cover song in front of a band and hundreds of screaming fans. And then we have our summer digital cleanse where we bring some kids out to nature and take their devices away for 5 days and do our AHA thing.
Melissa, great to have you on the show. For more information on AHA, check out ahasb.org. I should say ahasb.org. Mitch, we'll send it over to you.
Doing such great things there. So needed. All right, moving on now. Monica Lewinsky, remember her? She's actually still rocking everything from a bold leather trench to her signature little black dress as she stars in a fashion campaign. No blue dress. I didn't see any blue dress.
No navy.
She's also using this ad space to get women to use their voice at the polls. The 50-year-old, wow, former White House employee looks stunning. She does, too. And the Reformation brand's new images, the political activist, writer, and producer who worked under Bill Clinton. Literally, in the 1990s, came under fire for her affair with the former president. Certainly knows a thing about how to use her voice. She co-produced the HBO Max documentary 15 Minutes of Shame, exploring how to cancel culture and online shaming have impacted people like herself and like what I just did. Lewinsky also serves as a producer on the FX series Impeachment, the American crime story, which documented her relationship with President Clinton and his resulting impeachment. And I say, she looks, first off, amazing, number one. And to be able to recover from what she has done to where she is at now, I think all props. Because I think back then people, you probably agree with me, Jackson, back then people were like, well, this is it for her. She's never going to be heard of ever again, but she's using it for good.
Yeah, and if you watch that FX show, it is phenomenal.
It is,
I mean,
really.
the story that is told, that unfolds in that. And you think about the politics now when it comes to women in that kind of situation, which she was in with the president at that time, compared to women in this day and age. I feel like she was kind of the first one out of the gate that really took it tough with regard to critics, you know, coming right after her when she really was the victim in all of this.
And a forgotten victim as well.
Yes.
I mean, and she came and she first was labeled as the one that did this, and almost like he got a pass almost for what happened. But I'm glad to see that she's actually still rocking and rolling, still has a great sense of humor. On social media, she puts out some some funny stuff. But great to see her what she's doing there as well. And so we wish her all the great.
Yeah.
Even with my bad jokes. Okay, I know it's wrong. Hey, we want you to be informed, of course, what's going on here on the show. Maybe you've seen something on the show and you're like, hey, I need more info. Don't worry about it. We got a place for you to check out. It's dailyflashshow.com. There you'll not only find links, you'll find full interviews. And matter of fact, you can watch the entire show there. So if somebody says, where can I watch this awesome show? You say, well, go to dailyflashshow.com. We love hearing from you as well. You could drop us an email. And of course, anything we say here, want to talk about my bad jokes or whatever, or whoever's, you can drop us an email at flash@dailyflashshow.com. More fun coming around the corner. Also going to be talking about kill switches put in new vehicles. Good idea or bad? Car Smarts is next. Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. It's time for Car Smarts, and in today's Car Smarts, Lauren Fix, the car coach, actually talks about a new kill switch that might be in your new vehicle. But is it a good thing? She tells us all about it.
The National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration, or NHTSA, wants your feedback on the kill switch mandate. This has already been passed in the 2021 infrastructure bill. The system is described in the bill as an advanced drunk and impaired driving prevention technology, and the measure is positioned as a safety tool to help prevent drunk driving. Nobody wants drunk driving. But there is more to this bill than just the drunk driving part. And by 2026, the kill switch will be mandated in every single new car and truck sold in the United States. Really, I'm not kidding you. And if you read carefully, you'll start seeing this for yourself. And that's why in the past, your comments were so aggressive. I wanted to make sure you had a chance to comment. NHTSA is seeking feedback from the public on this issue, and that's your chance to say something. According to the Washington Post, the agency is curious to learn if the public will accept the potential of false positives that could prevent sober drivers from operating a vehicle. Just imagine any emergency. And that's where you were getting really upset in the comments, and this is your chance to give you the feedback. But you can't do anything because your car won't start due to a false positive, or any other situation for that matter. I can just imagine you calling your boss saying, oh, I can't get my vehicle started. It's some sort of preventative technology. It's giving me some sort of false positive. There's gonna be a million different variables out there. Where it really gets concerning is if you do have an urgent emergency with a life-threatening implications, you won't be able to get your vehicle there. It's going to sense your stress and shut the vehicle down. And how do you get out of kill switch jail anyhow? That was something that one of you commented on, and you're right. So the vehicle's locked down. How do you unlock it? That has never been discussed either. Now, even if the system is 99.9% accurate, this could still amount to 1 million false positives a day, which is something all of us will have to deal with in the system if it's implemented, unless you say something and we try to get this removed. The National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration also wants to know how the government should educate the public about the technology-related privacy concerns. The concerns include listening to you in your car, tracking your eyes, and they're already doing that through a company called Gentex Systems and many others. And if you look at the video, it is going to really upset you how they're tracking literally every action that you make. And this includes tracking of your driving inputs, including steering, location, gas, and brake pedals. And more sensors means more data collection, posing further privacy concerns, not just for you, but literally for everyone. I'm Lauren Fix, and you can find this information on my website, carcoachreports.com and dailyflashshow.com.
The spring season is all about fresh starts, and that includes your home tech. Joining us with her spring must-haves for families is tech lifestyle expert Carly Knobloch. Hi, Carly.
Hi, thank you so much for having me today. And that's right, I partnered with a few brands to give your tech a fresh start this spring.
Speaking of fresh starts, what would be a great addition for the home this season?
Okay, well, if you have pets like I do, this spring you'll appreciate Levoit's Vital 200S Smart Air Purifier. It captures the fur, dander, and smell from our furry friends, but it not only helps get rid of those pet house odors, which, let's face it, nobody wants those, it also captures allergens, pollen, smoke, and more. And it's really quiet. Their app will even show you how clean your air is. This is perfect for keeping your home fresh and healthy for everyone that you love.
And for home offices, what printer stands out?
Yeah, for home offices and busy families, the Epson EcoTank ET3850 printer is a great little workhorse. It's fast, it gives you sharp text and colorful pages, but the best part is that it's cartridge free, and it comes with enough ink for its high capacity ink tanks to last for ages, which can help save you tons of money. No more having to run out for ink at the worst possible time. So many features like wireless printing, a scanner, a copier. It's perfect for families juggling school, work, and pretty much everything.
I shop online and get a lot of deliveries. Any tips on keeping them safe?
Well, Amazon's got your back here with Amazon Key in-garage delivery. If you're a Prime member, you can get your packages delivered inside your garage, where they'll be protected from porch pirates and bad weather. The service works with the majority of smart garages, so you may already have what you need to get started, but if not, it's really simple to set up, and then you just select in-garage delivery at checkout. It's easy peasy, and it's a game changer that takes so much of the stress out of ordering things online.
What if anyone at home is experiencing hearing loss? Is there something that can help?
Yeah, if anyone in your family has mild to moderate hearing loss, they're going to want to check these out. They're the new Lexi B2 Plus powered by Bose, affordable hearing aids that you can now get over the counter. They offer incredible quality and customization right from their app, and you can take a free hearing test at lexihearing.com, where you'll get top-notch expert support and a 45-day risk-free trial. These can really help people live their best life. They're FSA, HSA eligible, and they may even be covered by some insurance plans.
Thanks, Carly. Where can we go for more info?
Thank you. For more information on everything I covered, including links, just visit inthenews.tv.
Thanks. We'll have that on our website, dailyflashshow.com.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everyone. I'm Andrea Jackson.
I'm Matt Doolittle in for Mitch English, who's hosting a turtle racing seminar in Kentucky, which I thought was crazy. I didn't know they did that in Kentucky.
I love the stuff you come up with, Matt.
It's all true, too. Believe me, it's all true. It's Mitch, so.
I'm going to get a call from Mitch later. He's like, what did Matt say?
What is he
again?
doing? No, I'm in Panama City, just hanging out. Leave me alone.
Matt is in Panama City helping out doing the weather for one of the stations up there.
His old gig, weathermanning. So, I love malls. I grew up in the era of malls. I worked in them, so this just kind of was part of my life for a long time. Worked in the shoe stores. They're saying they're coming back. Because, during the pandemic, we all got used to just ordering on Amazon or ordering from Macy's. And a lot of these retailers were going, well, we're offering the free shipping, and now they're dwindling back on that, and they're going, well, what do we do with all this space we still own?
Yeah.
And they're saying the brick and mortars are coming back for digital people because they're learning that once you start getting stuff, you can't feel it, you can't try it on. It's more of a hassle to return it and then reorder it and then have to. I just did this with something for my cruise, and I went back and forth with Amazon like 4 times. I'm like, it just doesn't fit. Forget it. I don't even want it anymore. I like going to the malls, and the problem I had, and they're saying they're going to have to adjust it a little because Macy's was in trouble. Is you go to the mall, you want to buy these jeans.
Yeah.
I'm a 34, 32. They don't have my size. And on top of it, I can go online, get my size, and they're buy one, get one free with a $30 coupon. And when I go to the store and go, hey, can I get this? No, but they're saying that the stores are starting to adjust it, and they're going to use those as hubs for returns and to try on stuff. Not necessarily they'll have it so they can get down on their footprint, but you can try it on, then order it, and then they'll send it to you.
It makes sense. I did a little mall shopping at Christmas time, and I really enjoyed it. It was like, oh, it's so nice to actually be face to face with people and have an exchange and feel and touch the products and figure out which one you want and buy a couple more things in the process. But I think it's our buy it now, have it now mentality. And it's tough when you go to the mall because, like you said, if you're looking for a specific size or a specific color and they don't have it, then...
And you can sit there and you're like, I want to give you money so you stay open here.
Yeah.
Like, I like my Macy's stores. There's something good. It smells nice. Because we've got about four malls that are prominent here in Orlando.
Yeah.
And one of them is just dead in the water. Seminole Town Center up here, they didn't even pay their power bill a couple months ago. And then our mega mall, Millennia, it used to never have slots open. And now every other shop seems like it's closing or it's something not as high end. So I'm glad to see they're coming back.
I hope so.
Yep. Well, a TSA officer at the Miami International Airport, they were shocked to find a bag of snakes hidden in a man's pants. Ha-cha-cha-cha-cha. They discovered the reptiles hidden in what appeared to be a bag of sunglasses inside the pants of a flyer at an airport checkpoint. A photo featured the 2 snakes and the bag they were hidden inside was included in the post. The officers called on U.S. Customs as well as the Miami PD to help. The snakes were turned over to the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. That is, I mean, I know you see it on the scan, but it was probably one of those like thermal ones where you got to go in and cornholio, you got to go in there. That's what I think when I go in there. They make me do that. So yes, I do. But they always say take everything out. They'll find it. They see they caught me with a pen in my pants. I forgot one time, and it was a whole thing. But this guy, they try to sneak these things in, and then they let them out, and they end up all over the place. And they eat our turtles and our gators.
That's the problem in Florida is that they bring in all these exotic animals, and then once they don't know what to do with them or they get too big, then they just dump them in a lake or a pond or the Everglades, and then all of a sudden they change the complete ecosystem.
There's a huge problem with, I think there was in Miami where there was a tiger running around for a little bit because someone had it. They just let it go and they didn't know how to track it back. Or I know some people like raise gators in their bathrooms and stuff. I mean, that's the type of stuff. But when you see that on the X-ray scan and you're the TSA guy, you're going, all right, hang on. Tom, come here. What does that look like to you? It looks like 2 snakes in that guy. No, serious. Is that what that is? Because I'm not sure what's going on here. Like, did he think they were going to look at that and not see him moving and stuff and go, it's not supposed to do that?
Well, there's roadside places where you can check out baby gators, and I'm sure some of them sell them. But reminder that the baby gators turn into adult gators, and they get much larger. And very fast.
I mean, they go for like about 3 or 4 months. They're this big, so it's like go drop them off at Gatorland or something. Don't make it a bathroom.
Stay with us. Don't go anywhere. Daily Flash continues in just a moment. Check out our website, dailyflashshow.com, for more information.
I got snakes in my pants.
In this week's Life Love Shopping, we take a closer look at a villain bridal gown collection inspired by Disney. Allure Bridals has put together their favorite Disney fairy tale wedding gowns inspired by the bad girls of the Mouse House. So let's start with the Ursula. The villainess of The Little Mermaid brings high drama to this black beaded gown with detachable sleeves. It also comes in ivory with a trailing mermaid silhouette skirt. Okay, next on our Villains Bridal Tour, the Evil Queen. You can rule your wedding kingdom with this eye-popping gown that features elaborate embroidery and a wrapped ruffle shawl, cape, sold separately. Mirror, mirror on the wall, will it be ivory, black, or gold for y'all? Maybe you're more of a Maleficent kind of bride. Well, check this out. You can curse all those ill-fated relationships with this stunner in shimmering green velvet with lace as you walk down the aisle. They also suggest a horned headdress is the perfect topper to this bridal gown. Or how about Aladdin's grand villain Jafar? He's inspired the final look here. Boy, if you want to seize the power on your big day, this gown offers a bit of menswear inspiration with dainty button cuffs coupled with a plunging neckline. Each style is available in both black for full tilt villain or ivory if you want just a touch of evil. Prices for the gown start at around $2,000. Allure has been working with Disney since 2020. However, this latest collection marks the first time they've traded in the princess for her arch enemy.
People with ADHD often face unique struggles that can contribute to the development of mental health issues. Dr. Kreb Chapik joins us to discuss the importance of understanding empathy and support. Welcome, Dr. Chapik.
Thank you.
Doctor, what is the relationship between mood and anxiety disorders, substance abuse disorders, and personality disorders and ADHD?
That's a great question. So ADHD usually doesn't live by itself. It's usually in a community with other mental health conditions, including the ones that you mentioned. And people may present for one of those other conditions to a healthcare provider when ADHD may be an underlying problem. So it's extremely common, probably more common for people to have ADHD with one of those other conditions than to have it by itself.
What are ways that a person with ADHD can manage the condition?
People with ADHD can manage the condition best by talking to a healthcare professional and figuring out an overall treatment strategy, which may include things like therapy, exercise, ADHD coaching, but also may include medications. And one medication that has been useful for many of my patients is Azstarys. It's approved for use in ages 6 and up and is the first and only ADHD treatment to combine in one capsule an immediate release stimulant, which lets it take effect quickly in the mornings, with a prodrug, which helps control the ADHD symptoms throughout the day and then wear off gradually in the evening. Just to make everyone aware, CNS stimulants like Azstarys have a boxed warning and that they have a high potential for abuse, misuse, and addiction. People who take Azstarys should be monitored for serious cardiovascular or circulatory side effects, tics, as well as slowing of growth in children. Azstarys can cause or worsen certain psychiatric symptoms, so it's important to talk to your own healthcare provider to know all of the risks and benefits.
What are the reasons that the diagnosis of ADHD has increased in recent years?
That's a great question. And I don't believe it's because more people have ADHD than have in the past. I think that number is probably relatively constant. It's just that we have a greater awareness of it now. People are talking about it more. While there still remains substantial stigma, it has started to improve and people are seeking treatment. So we're recognizing it more. And also we have a greater understanding of the science that most children with ADHD don't just grow out of it, as we've always been told, that generally children maintain it into adolescence and adolescents mostly maintain it into adulthood. And with that greater understanding and awareness, I think that's why we're seeing greater rates of diagnoses.
Where can we go for more information?
To find out more information about Azstarys, please visit azstarys.com, azstarys.com. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us, Doctor. We'll have this on our website at dailyflashshow.com.
KSA Entertainment is proud to produce and provide a robust collection of entertaining, uplifting, and timely content to broadcast, cable, and streaming platforms in the U.S., Canada, and Puerto Rico. KSA Entertainment. On point, on air.
A new survey shows credit card rewards are essential for working class Americans. Joining us now with more is Richard Hunt from Electronic Payments Coalition. Richard, tell us first, how do credit card rewards benefit consumers for all incomes?
Yeah, usually when we think about reward points, we think about taking a great vacation somewhere, maybe international trips. However, we just commissioned a poll at the Electronic Payments Coalition that showed that 70% of low to middle income cardholders utilize reward cards. Everybody across all the income levels use reward cards, and they use it to supplement their income. They use it cash back to buy down their groceries, buy down their gasoline prices as well. It is the fastest growing segment in this country. And what we're now seeing is a spike around the Christmas season and also around back to school. So middle income America needs cash back rewards. Unfortunately, there is a bill in Congress that's going through that would change the way credit cards are processed, and it would probably eliminate reward usage, just like it did in 2010. So we're asking people to go to handsoffmyrewards.com to tell Congress to lay off their reward points.
It seems like these days you need a class to kind of figure out how to use all your rewards points. Any other advice before we let you go?
Yeah, look, I think everybody should make sure they go to their credit card website and sign up for dining reward programs. This way you can get multiple points just by eating out.
Great advice, Richard. Thank you so much. For more information, please visit handsoffmyrewards.com.
During the last 20 years, Botox Cosmetics has become a household name, making it the #1 selling product of its kind. Here's board-certified dermatologist Dr. Michelle Henry with more.
Hi, thanks for having me. So Botox Cosmetic has become a household name over the last 2 decades. It really has transformed the aesthetic industry and is a one-of-a-kind product. So it's a neurotoxin, and it's approved to temporarily treat moderate to severe frown lines, forehead lines, and crow's feet. So getting the real deal Botox Cosmetic is absolutely critical. You know, there have been millions of treatments, and sometimes people forget that this is truly a medical procedure. And with medical procedures, there's a measure of risk. So make sure you talk to your doctor to make sure this is the right procedure and product for you. So when we're choosing a neurotoxin, it's really important that we think about the data and the science. So again, over 20 years of safe use and then a rigorous scientific procedure behind it to make sure you're safe. So Allergan Aesthetics, the only authorized provider and distributor of Botox Cosmetic, really has strict procedures in place to make sure the right product goes into right hands. And that quality control really makes me feel safe. You know, there are over 5,200 publications on Botox Cosmetic and 604 actual medical journal articles. So this is really important. It's FDA approved for all 3 areas, not just individually, but together. So you can treat the frown lines, the forehead, and the crow's feet together. And when you have FDA approval, not only is it a rigorous process, but it helps to detail the dose and the actual area you should treat. So when I'm treating my patients, I want to make sure that I have a data-backed, science-backed product, and that really keeps me safe.
Cancer does not discriminate by age, with many celebrities being diagnosed before the age of 50. So why is this happening, and what can we do to catch it early? Dr. Donald Karcher is the president of the College of American Pathologists, and he is joining us to discuss more.
This is a really troubling trend. The rate of cancer in young adults worldwide has been going up by about 1% to 2% per year over at least the last 3 decades. What's causing this? It's probably not a single factor. Probably multiple factors are at play, having to do with diet, lifestyle, and things that young people are exposed to. A diet that's high in fat, low in fiber, or a diet that's high in ultra-processed foods, such as cold cuts or diet sodas. We know now that these things are associated with cancer development. Also, lifestyle things are suspected. Lack of exercise or obesity, we know now, is associated with certain cancers. A great source is the American Cancer Society website, and I would search that website using the words cancer in young adults. There's another great site called yourpathologist.org. There, people can learn about what pathologists like me do in terms of diagnosing disease, particularly cancer.
May is Skin Cancer Awareness Month, and once again, skincare brand La Roche-Posay is on a mission to educate the public about the importance of sun safety. In New York City, contributing lifestyle editor Joanne Butler has the story.
1 in 5 Americans will develop skin cancer in their lifetime. But the good news is it is treatable if detected early. Better yet, completely preventable if you protect yourself. On a mission to spread that message, longtime leaders in sun protection, skincare brand La Roche-Posay, in partnership with TDS, the dermatologist specialists of New York City, were offering free head-to-toe skin cancer screenings to the public.
To kick off Skin Cancer Awareness Month, we are providing the public with free skin checks conducted by board-certified dermatologists, while also handing out free La Roche-Posay and Thilios sunscreen products, all with the goal to educate the public about sun safety and skin cancer prevention.
The brand says they've helped facilitate more than 500,000 skin exams by board-certified dermatologists over the last 10 years.
We found several skin cancers already. This is Melanoma May, so we want everyone to be really aware of skin cancer, any moles that have been changing, any non-healing wounds. Those are things we want to check out a little bit more closely.
It's about prevention, and also when melanoma is caught early, the 5-year survival rate is 99%. So really it's extremely important to get your moles checked annually.
Events like these, they say, help provide access to someone who may not visit a dermatologist regularly or have access to one.
The dermatology specialist is really proud to partner with La Roche. They've got sunscreen for all ages, and it's SPF 30 or higher. And that's the recommendation of the American Academy of Dermatology, to make sure you put something on in the morning. If you're doing a lot of splashing in the water, reapplication is necessary, but generally that should cover you throughout the entire day. Wear long, loose-fitting clothing, avoiding sun in between 11 and 2. Wide-brim hats is great.
The team says more than 90% of skin cancers, including melanoma, the most deadly type, are caused by sun exposure, and the sun's harmful rays can penetrate even through glass. So that means no matter where you are or what you're doing, if you're exposed to sunlight, you need to protect your skin. And remember, every day is a sunscreen day.
So for the American Cancer Society today, every skin check that is completed, we're donating $5 towards them. So that's happening throughout the summer.
For more info on sun safety, visit larocheposay.us/saveourskin.
KSA Entertainment believes in our communities. We value those who have dedicated their lives to enrich our own. KSA Entertainment is proud to introduce our corporate initiative, KSA Cares. KSA Cares shines a light, gives a voice, and lends a helping hand through compelling awareness initiatives. From supporting veterans to environmental awareness, KSA Entertainment is proud to produce content supporting ways to help communities all across America.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. A French girl has fallen in love with a teacher in Brooklyn, and he's fallen even harder, but their future is thrown into limbo when she interviews for a position in her hometown of Quebec. This is today's must-watch movie, French Girl.
I want to talk to you about Sophie. She's the one. Check out this bling. What? Marrying Sophie to get Canadian citizenship. It's brilliant. No, Dad.
I've been asked to interview for the executive chef position at the Chateau Frontenac in Quebec City.
Quebec City, Canada? Yeah. Well, further north. Look at this place. 400 years of history.
Tout le monde, je présente mon chum, Gordon.
You're from New York? You're a Rangers fan? Oh, I actually don't follow hockey. I love figure skating.
Figure skating?
The costumes, dazzling. So you're the famous Ruby Collins.
And you must be Gordon. I've never got your family name.
What the f?
Yeah, she told me she'd been with women before, but this is her ex.
Go work.
She lied to you. She didn't lie. She was protecting my feelings. Pop the question before she switches teams again.
Oh, my day was great. I tutored your brother.
Je connais un gars pour 1000 piastres. Il peut smash her legs. You know, like Daniel Harding.
I slaughtered a little baby lamb with your father.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and I also found out that you and Ruby used to be lovers.
I brought you here because of your talent, not because of our history. I have the night off.
Are you serious?
Living in the city with my family really would be amazing.
It feels like I can't do anything right, unlike Ruby, who can do absolutely no wrong.
When a woman like that sets her sights on something, she always gets what she wants.
Want to shoot him blanks, Gordo?
I got a fish!
I love your daughter, and I'm not giving up that easy. I am the best at car chases!
At this point, you probably all think I killed Mammy. I didn't kill Mammy. I didn't kill Mammy. What's happening? I know, it's so beautiful.
I'm liking that. Good to see Zach Braff around again. That's
I
cool.
love him,
Cool.
yeah.
Weird to see him with more little gray, though. It's kind of
I
weird.
know, he's getting a little bit older.
Well, that does it for our show today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, for more information on any of today's stories, be sure to visit our website, dailyflashshow.com. You'll find everything there. You'll also find Mitch and myself there as well.
Bye-bye, y'all.